Hello, good evening. Because I haven't done this a while, I forgot how it all works. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but yeah, I'm a little bit discombobulated. Hopefully, I'm live and hopefully it's working. We will see. If anyone's there, say hello so I know you're there. We will in a bit see if anyone wants to be on screen. Hi Karen, how are you? Thank you for joining. Hi Mia, hi Susan, hi Maggie. Wow, loads of people. Hello. How is everybody? I think there might be a bit of a delay with this. So hello everyone that's joined. I hope everyone is doing well. What is everyone working on tonight? My plan is to get my Whitmore finished. So that's the plan for tonight. I've got such a small part of the body. No, not the body, the sleeve to do. And then the cuff. So let me show you. This is the first sleeve. Hi, Kirsty. And then I've got this much of the second sleeve. I need to do 120 rows. Yes, 120. I've marked my first row. I've marked my 50th row. So a few more rows to go. Then the decrease to give me a nice cinched in cuff, and then I can do the rib. I'm hoping to do that here tonight. Let's see if it will work. So I was just trying to, once I've sort of set it up on here, I need to go on to my studio and sort of set it up there as well for it to be put out properly. I'll be working on new Colourwork socks. What pattern are you doing? You haven't done any knitting, Caroline? I have been trying to get this Whitmore finished all week. And I really wanted it finished by tomorrow because that's when I'm casting on maybe a few things. So hopefully all will be good tomorrow, because I have ripped out a few things. I was doing a harvest cardigan. I've ripped that out because I just wasn't enjoying it. And I have ripped, I put that into a Naomi cardigan that I have ripped out because I didn't like the yarn. And then now I've just, one colour of the yarn I've put to one side because the other yarn is just rubbish. And I have decided to, I know this is really bad, but I've decided just to chuck it away because I don't want to put anyone else in the situation that I had with the terrible yarn. It was splitty, it was knotty, it was lumpy and bumpy. It just was not nice to work with. So yeah, I'm just cutting my losses. It was from Lolly's Little Wool Shack, which was open many, many moons ago. And it's not a great loss, if that makes sense. So it should be fine. Okay, I might just have to do it on here. Oh, hello, Maggie's mum. Is your name Maggie? I can't remember. Okay, Caroline, night. For granddaughter's Christmas presents. Well, you've started early. That's good. I will be sharing the link for anyone that wants to come on and join me in a little while. I'll just wait for people to join. I was doing this, wasn't I? I'm just going to quickly, I need to do it on the laptop. I'm really sorry. I can't even see myself now because that's gone. I don't know if this will work. If not, then I'll just leave it, and people have joined, so it should be fine. I've got the button that I need. There we go. Okay, that's done. It is done. Is anyone feeling brave enough to join me tonight? We have today, I'm wearing my sea glass tea today. Again, this is another one that rides up. It's a round yoke. It fits okay, it's comfortable, but it does get to the stage where sometimes I'm just pulling it down all the time. We actually went out shopping to Costco today, and it was fine. Like I've not really worn it out of the house much, but shopping today it was fine. I didn't have a problem, and yeah, so I don't know. I need to wear my knitted tops more, to be honest, because I make them, then I don't wear them. So I need to make a conscious effort to wear them more. My watch is telling me I've done my move goal. That is so lovely. That's the one that is it Lizzie or Elizabeth is making? I know she like with the drawstring thing. It's so pretty, and it's like such a casual type wear, but you can dress it up. Thank you, Karen. I'm really glad I decided to put the hot pink round the edges, and I've got the hot pink on the bottom as well. I'm in an R-in. I wasn't sure. I think I originally pulled out grey, but I looked on the projects on Ravelry, and there was one that I saw, and it had the bright pink edging. I was like, oh, I need to have bright pink edging. Hi, Nancy. It's Friday. How's your week been? Hope it's been okay. Sorry I missed you on Wednesday, but yes, things happened. Some people will know what happened, and if you didn't know, it will be in the vlog. I really, really want to get this finished now. I really want it finished before tomorrow. I didn't start this sleeve until late last night because I thought I would have, I thought 2 days I could get a sleeve done, and I would have been able to get a sleeve done if I had knitted on Wednesday, but I didn't really knit on Wednesday. So, oh no. Is it because it's Friday and the children are tired? Hi, Sarah. What are you working on tonight? I'm so close to the end of this ball. This is all I've got left. Hi, Mandy. That's okay. I just carried on using the ball from the other sleeve, and I was hoping that I could get this sleeve out of it as well, but I can't. Oh, Nancy. Oh, I think you're on the wrong channel, Sarah. Hi, Connie. Hi, Rita. We went Costco today. The first time in, I can't remember how long. Our membership cards needed to be renewed, and we was umming and ahhing whether to renew them or not. And then we had a little talk about it, literally a couple of minutes. And we was like, really, we should go more often because you can get things a lot cheaper and in bulk and stuff. And it is worth it. So we decided to renew. And then we picked up a few bits, but not excessive. We picked up toilet roll. And garlic and coffee. I like the big bags of coffee for my machine. Yes, it's just perfect for me, isn't it? The pink. I love it. Well, I thought I was going to be late tonight because we did go Costco this afternoon. And I was like, oh, by the time we get back, sort dinner out and whatever, I thought I'd be late. But I've just literally washed up. But we were sat there watching, we have been watching and just finished a program called The Girlfriend on Prime. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It just grips you. It's really, really good. And we just watched the last episode tonight. But yeah, I was ready well in time. Which makes a change because normally I'm rushing around like a headless chicken to get ready, but it was all good. Let's share this link. If anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome. If you... Oh no, that's not what it is it? No, I don't think so. Oh no, that's the wrong. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. I'm putting things in the wrong places. Ah, yes. How did your move go, Kirsty? Was it all smooth? Ian's coughing his lungs up. We thought we had COVID. He doesn't. He did test, but he's been really ill. Like, when Ian gets a cold and stuff, he normally just... It don't really bother him that much. Like, he just sort of gets on with it. But this time his voice is really different. He's really, really snotty. And he's got a really bad cough at the minute. But yeah, he's normally his voice don't go or anything, but this time it's been really strange. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. I need to count my rows in a minute. I don't think that is quite 50. Getting there. We're getting there. So I've counted my 50th row from the beginning, and I need to do 120. This is my Whitmore, Connie. I've got one sleeve complete, and this is what it is so far. I'm really pleased with it, and I'm hoping to get this sleeve off the needle tonight. So many people have been ill. It's crazy. There is obviously something going round. And the weather we've had the last 2 or 3 days has just been horrendous. Like, it'll be beautiful sunshine, then all of a sudden it will be pouring with rain, like so much rain that is unbelievable. This is my third one, so I must like it, but the first one that I made is humongous. It was huge when I made it. So then I made a purple one, which is actually my wardrobe, and I made that in the size large, but again it was still a bit big because you do it with the Positive Ease. So this time, instead of using a 4mm needle like the pattern asks, I've knit the same size as the purple one, but I've done it on a 3.5mm, and it is coming out nicer. Like trying it on, and that it does look nicer. So yeah, I'm pleased. I think my next focus piece is going to be my Notting Hill, because I'm on the body on that, and I'm got to the end of my ball. Let's go back a few stitches so I can weave it in. Yeah, that's the only other thing that I've got that's sort of focusable. That's probably not even a word, but what I mean by that is it's something that is not too big. So my projects at the moment is I've got my Notting Hill, I've got my Mould Magic, which is huge, and I'm thinking of working on that in October. My haunted house blanket, which is massive as well, and then I've got my Sexagon hexagon. The only reason I'm calling it a Sexagon is because I'm using that as the pattern, but I'm not using the gauge and what it looks like and everything. So that's the reason for that. And what else have I got? The bag, that mosaic bag. So a lot of the stuff that I've got are like big pieces that are going to take me a while. So it will be nice to put things into my whip rotation that are a bit more pick up and just concentrate on for a little while, like easy pick up and go. That's all right. You gave us a smile. That's all that matters, Nancy. The laptop wants to update. No, not now, please. Hi, Lan. How are you? So yeah, I've just got yarn bath. I'm hoping that it will. That's it. What's everyone else working on? I know I've asked that a few times, but a few new people has turned up. What is everyone working on? Is anyone else trying to cast stuff off? And I know everyone's trying to finish stuff, obviously, but I mean like close to the end. You can't say, I've just cast this on and I'm really trying to cast it off. That'll be cheating. Sarah, you might not be here because you was getting out of the bath. I'm not sure. Have you finished your Notting Hill? Have you finished the body yet? Oh, is this going to be right on the top? That's all right. What are you working on, Lan? Hi, Katia. Oh, you're doing the first sleeve. Nice. Yeah, I need to get the body finished on mine. The ribbon on your ombre cardigan. Is that all you've got left to go on that now, Nancy? Oh, the chat is disappearing on me. Mitten blanket. Some baby mittens to make. I'm trying to find a good mitten blank. Do you mean a blanket with like bits in? Or am I just getting that completely wrong? Oh, I can't wait to see that, Kirsty. I bet that is going to be lovely. Is it like all going to be lacy and stuff? Carmen Joy shawl today, and I hope to get the proof off too, but there's another 2/3 of both sleeves to go. Mandy, we can do it. We can cast these things off. Oh, okay. Button bands and cuffs. Is that your plan for tomorrow, Nancy, or are you casting on more things? Old pattern. Oh, I look forward to seeing that in the podcast. It's nice when you get to the toes, and that's the good thing. Like with socks, you can like I've cast on 3 pairs of socks and I've just done the cuffs. So then I could get to the toes on all of them and then just finish the toes on all of them. And then I have 3 pairs of socks all done within like probably a day because toes don't take long. Suppose you could cast on, Nancy, and then you've got stuff ready to go. I always find that casting on, like, I don't want to say the most stressful, but the most like, what's the word I'm looking for? The most, not hardest, but you know what I mean, don't you? It's like the most, it's not even awkward, the word that I'm looking for. But it's nice to have the things cast on, so they're just ready to go, like even if it's just a rib and stuff like that. It's nice. An Aran jumper. I can't make anything for Ian. He calls it all itch. Even when we was at the Southern Wall show, we was walking around and we were seeing different things, and certain things he was looking at and goes, itch. It just reminds me of itch. So I am officially up to 29. That's not including my cross stitch. If I include my cross stitch, I'm up to 36. So I want to include my cross stitch because it's my start of 2025. And it only makes sense because it's a craft that I'm doing as well as knitting and crocheting. So yeah, I'm up to 36. So I've got 4 to do. I have got more than 4 to cast on. So yeah, we're definitely going to hit 40 by 40. Hi Annie. Hi Lorraine. So yeah, we're definitely going to hit 40 or 40. And I'm hoping that I can get 40 by the end of the year of just yarny projects, which I think is quite doable, to be fair. Like if my birthday was in March, I would never have got 40 or 40. Like that would have been ridiculous. So I'm glad like my birthday's in September, that I've had 9 months to do it. And we did break it down and it was like, oh, that's going to be so easy. But there has been times where I haven't cast anything on just because I felt so overwhelmed with all of my whips, and it's just been too much. And I know this is so stupid, but like last week I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed as well. Like, oh my God, I've got so many things that I want to finish, and I need to cast off and get making on and all that. But to be honest, what I am, if you've not seen the podcast, what I've decided to do is temperature crafting. So I have picked out 10 of my whips. That's a mixture of yarny and cross stitch, and I've numbered them 0 to 9. And every day I will take the temperature, and if it's double digits, I'll obviously take the last digit, and I will craft on that project for probably about an hour. I have said my knitting and crochet will be an hour and my cross stitch 100 stitches, but I'm probably just going to do it for about an hour or until I finish the thread or whatever. That's my plan. So I've got a bit of variety every day, as well as concentrating on one project. These new projects that I'm going to cast on, I'm thinking of possibly waiting until something's nearly finished on my temperature crafting, and then take that off. So for instance, I can tell you what I've got, because I brought my book in here because I was a little bit organized. So I've got my Sexagon. So my yarny projects is my hexagon cardigan, a summer sorbet, which I've already split for sleeves. Yes, I've split for sleeves. A simple chunky jumper, which is in is it Stylecraft Cozy or Sirdar Cozy? Can't remember. It's a really thick yarn. The Love Bag, that's going to take me ages. My Colourwork cowl, which probably won't take that long. And then my Notting Hill. So those are my yarny projects that I think I can get some progress on. Plus, once I get to the end-ish of that project, what I'm going to do is a bit like what I've done with the Whitmore, is like, right now, all I'm going to focus on is working on this project to get it finished, to get another thing into my crafting rotation. Yeah, I am enjoying it. So I've done 5 days so far. The first day was my hexagon cardigan, and no, it wasn't. I'm lying. The first day was the summer sorbet, then the hexagon, then the Notting Hill came out. Oh, I can actually tell you because so the summer sorbet, the Notting Hill, and the sexagon was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the last 2 days has been my spellbound cross stitch, and then tomorrow, because I'm casting stuff on, I probably won't do temperature stitching, but I did say that in my podcast that because we are quite busy on a Saturday and at the weekend, that I might just do it Monday to Friday, but I'm gonna see how I get on. On a normal Saturday where I'm not casting loads of stuff on, I might do my temperature stitching like later on in the evening just to get that bit of variety. We'll see. And then the socks I'm just putting in between. I have bought my socks in here tonight. I've got the first one. Oh, that colour's not coming up very well. And I've got the second one here because I just thought if I get this sleeve done, I know wishful thinking and all that, that I might be able to go on to that, but I don't see that happening. I stole the idea from a channel called Stuart and Stitches. He is a floss tuber and he's doing temperature stitching. So he's numbered 10 of his projects, 0 to 9, and he does 100 stitches a day. And that's where I got that from. He does 100 stitches a day, and then he goes off and like works on other things as well. So, and you can really see the difference that them 100 stitches have made. So yeah, it's a really good idea. It's nice to have that bit of variety, I think. I really liked it when I was doing my whip rotation. So I would have 6 things that I would, a bit like, again, stealing the idea from Sharon, from the knitting project. I numbered 6 of my whips, and I normally try to only keep to 6 whips, so I could just rotate them round and round and round. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then again number 1 would start on the Sunday, and then, but I was finding that in one day I wasn't getting enough progress. And it wasn't even that I wasn't getting enough progress. I didn't feel satisfied with the progress that I had got. So it was good to have the variety, but it was like I'd put it away and I was like, right, I'd have to wait another 6-7 days to pick this back up again. Hi, Tonya. Oh, thank you. So to have that little snippet in the morning of a project and then still concentrate on a bigger project throughout the day or throughout the week, that is what I'm doing, and I am really enjoying it. And again, when I was rolling the dice, I stole that idea from Tonya. So I don't have any of my own ideas. I just steal them from everyone else. So, but I hope the people that I've stole it from are not angry about that and embrace it, thinking, oh, I've had such a good idea that other people are taking it. Because, yeah, I don't have my own ideas. I suppose I've got my own where I'm doing the temperature stitching, but concentrating on one main project throughout the week, I suppose. I don't know. What does everyone else think? How does everyone else decide what they're going to work on? I find if I have no structure, I find it really hard, because then I will feel guilty about the other projects that I've got on the go. And that's just how my brain works. I will feel guilty about it. So rolling the dice is such a good way of doing it, I must admit, because you get that randomness. It's totally random. Where I can look at the weather tomorrow and the next day and know it's not really going to change much. So I've got an idea of what projects that it might pick up. And with rolling the dice, it's totally random and you've got no control over it. You've got no control of the temperature, but you can't look in advance what it might be. Yeah, I did enjoy doing the dice roll. But again, I needed that bit of variety within the dice roll. I don't know how you do it, Mandy, because I just feel guilty about the rest of them. I'm like, no. I will be working on one thing and all the other things will be in my brain thinking, well, you could be working on this or you could be working on that. You could get this bit of the pattern done. You could be getting that bit of the pattern done. And I don't know. I'm going to do this side. I'm knitting my sleeve magic loop. I couldn't be bothered to go and find a short cable, and this is a fixed circular that I knitted the body on, and I was just lazy. I couldn't be bothered to get up. She is, Connie, she is. Yeah, I suppose there is that you can just think, oh, I'll do an hour on it and then pick something else up, and now I'll do an hour on that, which I have done in the past. And tomorrow I've got, sure, it's 5 things that I want to cast on. I'm so glad I brought this book in with me because everything is in it. I'm gonna have to find it though. One, two, three, four. I've got 5 things plus a sock that I could possibly cast on. So that's 6. That's 6 things to get me closer. And the plan is, and I've done this for all of the cast on parties before, is to cast on the project and just basically work on it for an hour and then go back to the first one again and then an hour. I'm hoping that will be okay. I just need to move back and move my leg. I'm hoping that will be okay. And I know from previous cast on days that it works, But you can't rely on like, right, I'm going to sit there for 6 hours and cast on these things, because you put stuff away hot, like come the hours over, you put stuff away, then you have to get the new stuff out. You might go and get a drink, you might go and get some food, you might. So even though like you could say, right, I'm going to sit there for 6 hours and cast stuff on, so that's 6 projects, I always count the hour from when I've literally sat down and I'm casting them stitches on or whatever. But you don't stop and start as the hour turns. Sometimes you might do, because you've already got drink, you don't need to go to the loo, you've had food or whatever. But yeah, you don't ever just automatically go on to the next thing, and then you might have to read the pattern, and there's a lot that goes on when you're casting on more than just a couple of things, but it's super exciting, very, very exciting. I'm going to be casting on with some friends tomorrow, and I'm just getting comfortable, and I'm hoping that just maybe, we might be able to get to 40 in one day between us all. Who knows? I doubt it very much, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, I'm going to go quiet just for a minute so I can count my rows. I didn't bring a stitch marker in. Have I got one in here? I'm banging the wardrobe door now. I have got one in here that I could use. I never thought that I would. Oh, I've got to move from the door. It's driving me mad. I never thought that I would be this far away from 40. I thought I would have hit 40 quite a while ago, but I've just had months where I've not cast on anything. Yes, I think 40 should be hit tomorrow. I really do. Do you know what? I'm going to cast on as much as I possibly can tomorrow. So I've got 6 that I do want to cast on, including a pair of socks. And that is with the Halloween yarn from Mandy, actually. So that is not on my list, but I caked it up. It's ready in the bag to go, and I might use my 10-inch circular to do that. So I'm looking forward to getting that. And then sometimes I just look around and I'm like, oh, I could do that. Or there's other people that I'm casting on with and they will cast on something. I'm like, oh, I really like that. I have the perfect yarn for that. I have the needles. I need to cast it on today. So yeah. Right. I think Sarah's got 6. I've got 6. That's 12. I'm not sure how many Mandy's got. Oh, there was 98. There was probably more people on. Oh, so you've got 6, so that is 18. Nancy, come on, Nancy, you can cast on a couple for me. You can do it. So let's say that will bring us to like 20 something. Oh, Tanya's got 5. So let's say 25. I think Sue has got a couple that she's going to cast on as well. And Annie is going to be joining us as well from Australia. And she said that she's going to cast on a few as well. So it's going to be, oh, we might do it. We might. I'm going to have to keep a tally, I think. I'm just going to count my stitches, my rows. I've got a few more rows to go till I get to 50 at least. So I can keep going. So yeah, I think keeping a tally tomorrow, and also if anyone else is casting on tomorrow, let me know, because I will add that to my tally too. I'm hoping so. And that will be like a separate little milestone, like, oh, we've done 40 of 40 all on one day between us. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm sure we will. I'm looking in my cupboards now in the front room where my whips are, and it's funny because they are pretty empty at the minute. I'm not trying to shove stuff in and close the door really quickly. Stuff's going in nicely, but then as of tomorrow, no, go ahead, Tonya. Fire away. I have got, if anyone saw it on my vlog, my Temu haul, I got that big pink like bucket bag thing with the little handles on the. It's not a bucket bag. It's like it is like a bucket bag. It's the square thing that I got. All of my yarn is in that at the moment, so I could just use that to keep my new whips in. So I'm looking forward to that. And I am looking forward to casting on all of the things. A wrap. Have you thought about a tee? Because Telly Bean Knits has got that new tee where you knit the top in self-striping yarn. I'm just putting that out there. You might not be interested in that at all. A shawl for self-striping yarn. Done loose shawl. I'm going to have to look these up as all the magpie tendencies. That's a tee, isn't it? Is that a tee? I'm getting waylaid. Brighter Axis, that's the one. It's in the it's in that book, isn't it? But you can buy it separately. Done loose. Done. I know we're all on Ravelry looking at patterns now, aren't we? Oh, that is really nice. That done loose. For anyone that wants to see what it looks like and not on Ravelry, this is just some of the pictures. It's like a shawlette type thing. That's really pretty. Or what yarn you're going to be using, Sarah? I might add that to my favourites. That is very pretty. Okay, what is tsunami shawl? Let's have a look at this one. You've probably said it before. Oh, oh, Nancy. Oh, wow. Why have I never seen that one before? Oh, nice. Look at that shawl. Wow. Oh, I see. So if you're just doing it in that cut, them in two colors, that's what it looks like. It's really pretty, isn't it? Okay, that one will go on my favorites too. This is dangerous. Does he now? Oh, wow. Oh, he reminds me a little bit like Stephen West. Oh, some of his shawls are lovely. Oh, I might have to have a look later on. It's nice, isn't it, Sarah? Mm. That's enough looking at patterns. I need to um, finish this sleeve. The other one that I did was called the souvenir shawl. Um, it's a one skein shawl. It's not in self striping, but it is a one skein. Isn't what is her name? What is her name? I can't remember the lady's name. Karen from Recreational Knitting podcast doing a one skein September. I can't believe how my mind went blank. If I don't finish this tonight, I will have a bit of time in the morning. Yeah, she's doing a one skein September, so I'm not sure what can be entered or whatnot. I don't know if socks can be entered or it's just things that are bigger than socks. So you'll have to go over to her channel, Recreational Knitting Podcast, to see. I do like the Bright Access tee. I was the one that shared it with all of my friends. And I do like it, but then after finding out how it's constructed, I'm not that keen. Not sure. Is it the moon? Ah, yes, I remember. Cheery heart. Oh, I'm yawning already. I do apologise. Self-striping is such a hard yarn to picture in a pattern because you never know how thick the stripes are going to be, and if you do something kind of bigger, a bigger circumference, you just don't know how it's going to turn out. And with socks, you sort of have an idea because everyone mainly knits socks with self-striping. But when it comes to bigger circumferences or even working flat, it's hard to tell what it's going to come out like. I will be vlogging tomorrow my cast-ons and progress and stuff. I was watching back. I was saying in my vlog today, I was watching back some of my November daily vlogs from 2023, I think it was, and it's really got me in the mood for daily vlogging. And I think back to last week. I think how terrible was that vlog? This week is a lot longer. You'll be happy to know, Nancy, it's a lot longer. It should last you the whole car journey home plus more. But I am thinking of doing daily vlogs. I don't know when. I'm not sure. Ian's back on days next week. I always find it easier when he's on days because obviously in the morning I try and be as quiet as I can. So I don't know. I was watching the November vlogs and there was one of them, and it was like 5 o'clock in the evening, and it was pitch black outside. I was like, oh, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to it being dark at 5 o'clock. I hate the dark evenings. Like even now, you can tell it like it's creeping up. Definitely, the dark evenings are creeping up, and I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I think Ian's playing a game now. He was watching a film. But yeah, so I might do vlogs. Might do October vlogs. We'll see. We'll see. Not that I've got anything Halloweeny going on, but I will be working on my Halloween blanket. I might work on like my Halloween cross stitches and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to getting progress on my blanket. And I think it, like, come October, it'll be cool enough to make enough progress on it that I won't get too hot underneath it. Like, there's not much of it. There's probably about that much at the moment, if not a bit more. I can't remember. It's literally there in my wardrobe because it doesn't fit anywhere else. But that'd be a nice one to get off the needle, hook, whatever. I could probably work it out and do, like, work out how many rows a day I would need to do to get it finished by the end of October. That's very ambitious though, isn't it? Shall I have a little look? I'm intrigued now. I need to know. It's not going to get this sleeve knit, is it, if I keep looking at patterns? Let's have a look. It's on my Knit Companion, I know that. What I don't have the paid for version of Knit Companion, and what really gets on my nerves is every time I go into it, it asks me to buy the paid for. Like, I don't want the paid for. So there is 200, and I need to do the border as well, but that don't need to be counted in. There's 251. Do I have a pen? No. Okay, let's do this on my phone. 251, take away what I've already done. I have already done 47. That leaves me with 204. 204, divide that by 30. It's 31, isn't it? By 31. 6.5 rows a day. That's quite a lot. That is quite a lot. I'm not sure about that. I could aim for 6, and if I don't get 6, I'm not going to be angry at myself. So, yeah. Your Temu order came. What goodies did you get, Sarah? Anything interesting? Ian's Temu came today as well. That's where I got my fluffy duster from. Oh, I'm yawning before 9:30. How dare I? I'm still waiting for my Temu order. It's taking ages to come. Like, really, really, really ages. I know that's not in English, but... Oh, how did the clothes go? Because you wasn't sure, was you? Are they okay? Are they what you expected? Are they better than what you expected? Feels like ages ago you ordered that stuff. Wonder why things are taking longer to come through. I ordered another couple of pairs of trousers, like what I wore at the Southern Wall show. And on the recommendation of Nancy, I ordered, I'll show you what I ordered. I ordered this cup. It's a bit of me. Oh no. Faux denim. So I ordered that cup because the one that I've got here, I took to the Southern Wall show with me. The lid is it's a bit wonky. I don't know whether you'll see that. Like, it's a bit wonky, and sometimes it's really hard to get anything out of it. But I do try and fill this up at least a couple of times a day. Here's an amazing offer: £1 off of all items. No, thank you. I'm good for now. And then I placed another order, even though I haven't got that order yet. I placed another order for I got myself some more cross stitch needles, a pill pot. I also ordered another one of these little temperature things. Oh, they're talking in Ian's friends group. Another one of these temperature things. They're tiny, but they're really good. They're really good. Oh, that's not too bad then. Oh, what colours are you going for the Stephen West? I'd like to know what everyone's using. And then I had to get another light, you know, in the front, like, so I'm using a clip-on light here in the front room. I've got one, but it keeps flickering. It's doing my head in. And then I ordered these. They're probably going to be crap, but I've ordered them in black. I'll show you a coloured picture because it'll be easier to see. But they're like the what are they called? It's the sister company of Crocs. I can't remember what they are now. My sister's got a few pairs. I thought I'd give them a try, but I got them in black. And then I got another light. I just ordered crap. I ordered this light to clip onto my cross stitch because I did get one that had that you got to put batteries in. I've had to put batteries in it twice so far because it has just not lasted, where this one's rechargeable. So I'm hoping that this one will be okay. But I will do a little haul when it comes. I'll probably just do it in a vlog or whatever. Purple mauve, light pink and oh, I bet that's going to be nice. That is going to be really nice. When I was watching his video and he did the grey set with the hot pink mohair dare, I was like, oh, would that not be amazing? Just in greys and a pop of pink. That would be so pretty. But then I was thinking, grey might get a little bit boring to knit over and over again. So yeah. I was thinking, I think it was yesterday, that I do actually have the cones in 4-ply that I could use for the MCAL. So I've got a yellow, a green, and an orange, and I've got the rest of the grey one that I have got. They are acrylic, they're 4-ply still. And it's what, not in this, it's, I don't think I've got anything here. Oh, my Radvent. This chair is just full of my knitting. I've got my Radvent on here. I've got my cross heel over the back. I've got this anthology throw. I'm hoping it will keep it interesting for people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I know I said that I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for a few of the clues to come out to see if it's something that I like. And then I'll go from there. And it might even be one of them things that you can use lots of different yarns to put into it. Instead of just using 4 colours, you can use lots of little bits of stuff that you've got left over. So you never know. You did that for your first one, didn't you, Mandy? Your shawlography. The shawlography was my first one. I'm so glad that was my first one because I loved it so much. I actually think, oh no, it's in there, my Slipstravaganza. I would have been very, very happy if I had done that as a mystery knit along because I loved that pattern. It was really, really good. You've picked your colours. I'll be surprised. So it's not going to be like autumny colours then. It's not going to be greens and burnt oranges. Are you going to share what colours you've got, Mandy? Nice. I love it, and I think what has made it even more special for me, or why I love it so much, is the colours that I did it in. It just pops. Did it come out much bigger, Sarah, doing it in DK? Oh, Donya. Oh, I love it. Oh. I can only imagine that Mandy's gone for like purples or something. I'm trying to think of a colour that like Mandy don't. I know Mandy likes all of the colours, but what she don't normally gravitate towards, and that's like purples and blues, yellows, like bright yellows, like bright colours. I know Mandy likes pink. Oh, they are autumnal, but not all my usual palette. There's a brown toned dark pink and a beige toned light pink, a purple toned brown. Oh, a neon peach. Wow. Yeah, that's fair enough. And especially with your shawls, if you don't know if you're going to like it or not, and to get all of the yarn in 4-ply, hand-dyed 4-ply, it's a hell of a lot of money. So it's always best to test the water, isn't it? I can't wait to see that now, Mandy. That is funny, isn't it? We know you too well. We wouldn't want you any other way, Mandy. Honestly, we really wouldn't. I feel like I've been knitting sleeves for days. I'm in the Stephen West thing on Facebook, the group. You know, they change their name every time there's a make along or whatever going on. Haven't seen that many people share their colours, you know. I don't know whether there's the hype like there used to be. I don't know. But I still want to see everyone's colours and what people are putting together, and I don't know. It's very strange. Ian went to get me snacks last night for tomorrow. He was gonna go in the petrol station. It's an M&S, and he said, "Oh, I'll go in. I'll get you some snacks. What do you want?" So I said what I wanted, and it was shut. He couldn't. He had to talk through the window, and he was like, "I am not trying to explain to them what I want through the window." Oh, is there? I'm sure that's the group that I'm in. Maybe. Let's have a look. Oh, they're very pretty, Rita. The socks. Oh, they're really pretty. Maybe I've just. Do you know what? I've not really been on Facebook that often. I don't really go on it that much, so I did like the idea that he did the second video of showing you different options and that. I like that idea, and I know he has done that in the past, but he like said that you can use yarns with a bit of speckle, a bit of variegation in them and stuff. Oh, I haven't seen any of these, so I am in the group. I haven't seen any of these. Oh, look at this one. That one's really pretty. See what I mean about the greys and the pop of pink? That's the thing. Every single person short is going to look so different. I might have a bit more of a look later. I know sometimes that you can be in a group on Facebook and it doesn't show you what's in it very often. Everyone's palette is different as well, isn't it? It's like I keep saying to myself, oh, don't knit things in pink. Don't keep knitting things in pink and grey. But they're the colours that I wear. And I think if I knit anything in colours that I'm not going to wear or that I don't normally wear, I'm not going to wear it. So I just he didn't do it in the end. No, he didn't do it in the end, Tonya. I don't know if it's the same over there than it is here. So once it gets to about 11 o'clock, our petrol stations, fuel, gas stations, whatever, where you get your fuel for your car, they are open, but the shop isn't open, and you have a window that you go up to and pay for your fuel. So it's all like secure, like, so you're not in the shop. I don't know if it's the same over there. I'm not sure. But sometimes some of the service stations where they're a lot bigger and they're like mini Marks and Spencers, or you have like mini Waitrose and stuff like that. They are normally open throughout the night where you can go in and pick stuff up. But the one that you went to last night wasn't. It was closed. Like, it was window service, and you can ask for stuff that's on the shelf. 9 times out of 10 it comes back wrong. But yeah, so it's like if I knit anything that was in like Mandy's or Sarah's palette, because Sarah is very like foresty greens and like autumny colours and stuff like that, and the same with Mandy. If I knit anything in that, I wouldn't gravitate towards it because it's not my palette. It's pretty, it's lovely, but it's not my palette. I would rather wear like oranges and pinks and yellows, grey and stuff like that. So, and leopard print. I'm not knitting leopard print, but and so yeah, you have to do what you're going to gravitate to wear. What's the point otherwise? And that's what I have to keep saying to myself is, if it's a color you enjoy and it's a color that you like, then knit it in that color. Like, if everything was in pink, so be it. It's a color that you wear. So I really like the peachy colors, and especially like the peachy pinks and the peachy oranges, and a bit like what my summer sorrel is in. I love them colors so much. And that's pinks and peaches and orange and a little bit of yellow, and yeah, just that is what I gravitate towards. And I could knit every shawl in the same colour, but every shawl would be different. The thing is, you don't have to buy hand dyed at the end of the day. I was saying in my friend's chat group, and we was talking about the Stephen West, and I was like, do you know what? Because they're quite solid colours this year, Yarn Smith's Merino would be really good to knit the shawl in, and it's really cost effective, like it's really affordable. So at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be hand dyed. It doesn't have to be merino wool. It can be acrylic 4-ply, and it can be commercial. It doesn't have to be expensive hand dyed yarn. And I think sometimes it's not just about the finished object, especially with a mystery make along. It's about the process, and as long as you are getting that excitement out of the process, it doesn't matter. Exactly. And if that's what you gravitate towards, then that's what you know you're going to enjoy knitting as well, or crocheting, or making. So at the end of the day, not every pink thing that you knit is going to be the same pink or the same green or the same blue, or like you could like autumnal colors, and every garment can be a different autumnal color, or a different bright neon color, a different spring color. Do you know what I mean? It don't all have to be the same, does it? Go on then, Tonya. Is it going to be a good one? Yeah, see, I was looking at the Drops Merino, and then I decided no, I'm not going to buy yarn for it, because I don't need any more yarn, and I have going to have so many whips on the go that I'm just going to feel a bit overwhelmed. Yes, because I watched his video, and he did pull out another shawl, and he said it was going to be a similar size, and that was uh, the Geo Gradient. I'm sure it was the Geo Gradient that he pulled out. No, I'm trying to think now. What was the shawl where he had 2 of one colour and 2 of another colour? Yeah, he said there was a, yeah. Not clue 3. I think it was an extra bit at the end of clue 4. I'm not even doing it, and I've watched the video. Slipstravaganza. No, I'm not. I can't remember. But in the video, he did say that it was going to be. Oh, it was no. It was last year's, wasn't it? 2 of one color, 2 of one color, and 2 of another color. But he pulled out a shawl. I can't remember what one it was. And he said it's going to be a similar size, but you've got the option to make it bigger. Slipstravaganza. Possibly. Are you going to make me, Tonya? No, I can't. I really can't. I haven't really got the yarn for it, so I can't. I've got my October plans. I'm not deviating away. Yeah, it was last year's, yeah. So And it's strange how he's picked 400 grams again. Go Go Dynamo. Go Go Dynamo. What one was that? Was that last year's? Go Go Dynamo. It would add to your cast on total. That it would. But that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna see what the first couple of clues are like, to see if I actually like the project, and then I might see an all pink one. Oh, stop it, ladies, stop it. And I do think there's going to be a lot of texture in it, and that is why he's chosen solids. There may be brioche in it. But I think I'm gonna. I know what you meant. What was I going to say? Yeah, I think I'm going to concentrate on 2 whips in October, and that will be my blanket and my Mould Magic, as well as my temperature stitching still, and possibly I'll dip in and out of other things, because why not? I can't cast on all these things and just leave them sitting there. Stop it, Sarah, stop it. I'm going to see what it's like. I'm gonna wait for the first couple of clues, and then we'll go from there. Because last year, to be honest, not that I was really interested in doing it last year. I saw the first clue. I was like, no, it's not for me. So I don't want that to happen while having the yarn ready to go. Last year I was just like, no, there all these little triangles and half circles and this, that, and the other. I'm like, no, it's not for me. Oh, Kirsty, I did see that. I see that she put the Telly Bean Knits one. I see she put a post out. And normally it's 16 days, isn't it? I'm sure it's 16 days she does it for. I did last year's, and I did the Venomous Cowl, which is one of her Halloween ones. The only problem that I've got with them is they don't sit on my body very well. Oh, is it 13? It might have been 13, I can't remember. But it doesn't sit on my body very well because I'm quite wide. And the front does sit nicely, don't get me wrong, like the front sits nice, but it's the edges, they curl up a bit. But yeah, I enjoyed last year's. I really did. I really enjoyed last year's. Because she gives you a palette to work. Is that the one where she gives you a palette? It might not have been, actually. She gives you an idea of what colours to pick. And I know there was one, the cauldrons at the bottom, I had to change my colours because otherwise it would have just merged into like it wouldn't have looked like anything if I had done it in the colours that I chose. Oh, are you going to do it? See, I did the venomous cowl as well, and that sits on my body exactly the same as the other one. So I don't think it wasn't my tension or anything. It's just the way, like, it will sit flat as I block it out or hold it up and stuff. But and again, once it's in a coat, you're not going to see that anyway. So it does. It fits nicely round your neck, I must admit. I know Mandy tried to do one where she did the split at the back to see if it would fit flatter. It's really nice because it's daily. It's really nice to get a small part of the pattern every day instead of waiting a week. And I know the Stephen West one's a lot bigger, so you have to knit a lot more. But it's nice to get it daily and just see the pattern come together. And so the bit that's flat is always done. I nearly said is always done flat, but no, it's always done in either in a stripe pattern or a stitch pattern. Is that the words I'm looking for? A stitch design, stitch pattern. Yeah, you know what I mean. So with the venomous cowl, it was 2 rows of each colour. But with the Halloween cowl last year, it was all different stitch patterns that you did. Is anyone else thinking of doing the Halloween cowl? It's like, I do think that it's a very popular time for make-alongs and mystery knit-alongs and stuff. And I think if you do one, and I think I did the cowl because I wasn't doing the Stephen West last year. And there's no way I don't think I could do both because obviously the cowl is every day. So oh, excuse me. Sorry guys. I don't think I'd be able to do the Stephen West and the cowl. I did the Christmas one as well. Was it her that did the Christmas one, or was that someone else? And again, there was parts of that where the colours that I chose, I just lost the design of it. I think it was like the robins. I think I just lost the design bit of it. Or the Christmas trees, I can't remember now. I know I ran out of yarn for one bit of it. But I don't know, maybe there is more of a hype about Stephen West shawl this year than I actually am seeing, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I think because it's only 400 grams and you're not going to knit the whole thing, you're not going to knit up the whole 400 grams. So if you split that over the 4 weeks, and you work out how many grams a day you could get knit in. I suppose it's quite doable, but then it's the pattern, isn't it? It's the pattern. Oh yes, I forgot about that blanket. When does that start? Right, I need to count again. Right, that's my 50th stitch. I did bring a chocolate thing with me, so I'm going to eat that as a little reward of getting to 103 rows. October 8th. At least you'll be able to get the first clue. You'll be able to get the first clue done before the blanket starts. Have you heard, Tonya, of the Sophie's Universe blanket? If not, then it won't make no sense. But she did a Sophie's Universe blanket many years ago. Yeah, and so it's like you get it in parts. Have a little Google quickly, and you'll see it. It's really pretty. I made it. And my plan was to use scraps. And because this blanket got so bloody big, I had to go and buy a yarn. I started off using scraps, but it didn't work in the end. I had to go, and I remember our local market used to, I don't know whether he's still there or not, used to have a stall where he just sold yarn. It was Robin Stolecraft. Is it Stolecraft? Not Serda. Stolecraft Special, yeah. And he did other yarn as well. It wasn't. He did a lot of Robin. But whatever you wanted, you could ask him, and the next week he would get it. And I did that with him a few times because he didn't have what I wanted. And he was like, I'll write it down and I'll bring it next time. And I remember going there and having to get the lilac for it. I said, oh, I want this colour. And he ordered it for me. It was the wrong colour. So I had 2 balls. I did most of it in Stolecraft Special. Then I had to go back the next week and get the right purple. I was like, it won't go off. It's fine. He did that to me, to my temperature blanket as well. But there was two like lilac-y colours. One was like a pinky lilac and one was a purpley lilac. And it wasn't his fault. It was like just a mix-up. And there was one of them. I said, oh no, that's the wrong colour. I said, I'll take it anyway. And he went, no, you don't have, I don't expect you to take it. It's the wrong one. I was like, no, you've ordered it. I'll take it. And I think he was selling them for like, I'm sure they were £1.20 a ball. It was really cheap. Like, this was years ago. And he was only there one day a week. And he did other markets during the week as well. It was so nice having him there. Because he did the Stolecraft Special. I said, because I needed some yarn quickly. And he go, oh, I'm only here like once a week. Goes, I do other markets, but they're quite far away. He was like, it's not worth it just for a couple of balls of yarn. Do you not know me at all? But it was quite far away. The last time I went there, which was probably, oh blimey, it was probably before COVID, to be honest. He was trying to sell the business, like sell the stall to someone, so he's probably not around anymore. He was so popular though. Every time you went there was always loads of people. Because you like, we've got Hobbycraft, but they never really did Stylecraft or anything. And he did yarns that were, and they were really reasonably priced, so it was good. It was really good to have that. Have you looked at it, Tonya? It's very pretty, isn't it? I did the extra squares on mine. So in the pattern, you could do the extra squares at the end. And because I wasn't very good at crochet at the time, I feel like I feel like it ruined it a little bit. I don't know. I can hear a cat outside crying. I don't mind crocheting. I do find that it makes, it doesn't give me any pain, but it makes me ache quicker because I move my wrist a lot more while I'm crocheting. Where with knitting, your wrists are pretty much in the same position. How many more rows have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 15 rounds. I would make another one. I really would. Of the Sophie's Universe, that is. I would make another one of those. I'm not sure about the new one. I'll be able to see it as you make it up. I just think it's the way that you, like your movement with crochet is completely different. Because it's like you're holding and you're more, yeah, I don't know. You just move more. I don't think I'm going to get this finished tonight. I've got 15, well, 14 more rounds to do. A decrease round. And then 20 rounds of cuff. Yeah, I was fighting with Velcro before I come on. So I put the I can show you what I was fighting with. I plugged the wire in for the laptop, and it's got this on it, which wraps it round, and it got caught to my jumper. I was like, that's not very good. I've not had to plug it in yet, so the laptop lasts quite well, actually. It would be better if these things had like buckles on them. It literally caught the tiniest bit, so it wasn't too bad. I don't think you can really see. No, it hasn't caused any damage. It literally just caught like the tiniest little bit. I was like, oh no. I was like, get away. Especially with this yarn, just grip to it. But no, it was okay, thankfully. Yeah, it's a shame they don't do the wrist straps with like not buckles, but like, well, you know, you get on like shoes like this. Going on off topic, but so I've got some Birkis here. They're supposed to be in my wardrobe, and they've got like these plastic buckles. It's a shame that they like don't have anything like that, a bit smaller, like. And I know the Velcro's there for a reason and whatnot, but. Or what you could do, Tonya, is put the wrist strap on and put some cling film around it, just like a layer of cling film where the Velcro is. Or you could try getting like surgical plaster, stick that over where the Velcro is, maybe. Anything to make it. Oh, I love it. Just for future, you never know. Yeah, just something that will cover it up. Oh, I'm getting in all of a tangle here now. What's going on? Oh, it sounds like there's cats fighting now. We have quite a few foxes around here. The other night, oh my goodness. So we're on the, I never know whether to say second or third floor. With the third one's up. So you got 1, 2, and then us. Because I know in America it's different to here. And it must have been directly below us. And there was a fox. calling out, you know, when their mating call, like a bark. Oh my goodness. It was so loud. 2:30 in the morning it was. And Ian was already awake because he's been on nights. He was awake. I don't think he worked that night. Might have been a night that he didn't work, but because his body clock is on nights, he doesn't go to sleep till late anyway. And it was outside and it was making this horrendous noise. And then all of a sudden you heard someone bang on a window, and it must have been downstairs. We thought it was our neighbour John, and it wasn't. And then the next day we spoke to John, and he said that he actually went out into the garden at 2:30 in the morning to try and shoo it away. And then I spoke to downstairs, just one below us. She said, "Oh, that fox last night, it was so loud." So it must have just woke everyone up. Ridiculous. And I think it was the night after Ian was actually at work, and he come home and he said he could hear it making the same noise in the distance, like the next night. So it must have gone somewhere else to call for its people. It's foxes. I remember when I damaged my wrist, I had to have a splint, and it was funny because I went into. It was the first time I had to go into physio, so they took all the bandage off of my hand. So, if you didn't know, on my 15th birthday, I fell through a bathroom door window. So it was like the top half was a window, and I went through it. I cut all my wrists and my hand and everything, and I had to have surgery to repair tendons and nerves and whatnot. And I was in a cast, but I was in half a cast, so it was just this top bit that was hard, and all this underneath bit was soft. But my arm was in a position that was like this, to keep everything relaxed, I suppose, in that area. And when I came out of the proper cast, I went into a splint, and I remember going into physio, and they put this bit of plastic into a oven on like a baking sheet, and I had to hold my hand in a certain position, and then they laid this. Now I was scared because it had just come out of the oven and it was all floppy. It was like that they had to like pick it up with two spatula things so they could bring it over to me. So anyway, my hand was in a certain position and they laid it on top of my hand for it to mold to my arm and hand position and everything. And I was just like, oh, and when it touched me, it wasn't hot as in too hot for it. It was warm, obviously, but I had to sit there for a couple of seconds for it to go hard. And that had, they put all Velcro on that because it was only half, and it was only could have half because they needed my hand and my wrist out for it to heal, to get air and everything. And that had all Velcro. So I had a strap here, and I had a strap here, and then I had a strap in between, like where my thumb went, and right, that used to get stuck on everything, that Velcro. Just trying to put clothes on or in bed, it was just. I remember that I had to have a spare pillow because I could lay like that, but after a while, like your arm gets a bit uncomfortable, and I remember saying to my mum, "Can I have another pillow to put my arm down, but keep my wrist in the right position it was supposed to be in, like a bit of support?" And I had that for think it was 12 weeks. I think it was about 12 weeks. I know it was like running up to Christmas, I still had it. Yeah, it was awful. I remember coming home from the hospital. I had the surgery the next day after the accident because it was an emergency. And I remember being in hospital for 5 days afterwards. They wouldn't let me home because I kept being sick. And this is when I had my gallbladder surgery. I was really scared of coming round from general anaesthetic and feeling sick or being sick and stuff like that, because that happened when I had my wrist surgery. I couldn't keep any food down. I just felt sick. All I was doing was sleeping. So they kept me in the hospital for 5 days. And then even when I got home, I still didn't feel great. And it was the worst feeling ever. I got home and I laid on the sofa. My mum and dad were there, obviously. And it sounds so stupid now, like really stupid. And I laid on the sofa and I just said to my dad, I just want to go home. I was at home, but I wanted it to be normal. I think that's what I meant. I wanted it to be normal. I didn't want to be in pain. I didn't want to feel ill. I didn't want all of those feelings. It was really strange. And even because I had to have physio once a week, like just thinking back on it now, it was rough. It was really rough to go through that. And I remember doing it, going into the hospital. It was quite late. It must have been about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening. And there was like, we'll get you in, x-rayed, this, that and the other. Hadn't broke any bones. There was no glass left in my wrist or my fingers or anything. And I was like, we're going to book you in for surgery. I was just like, what? Yeah, you're going to have surgery tomorrow. I was like, okay, what has actually happened? And they was like, we don't know until we take you into surgery. We really can't tell what's happened because you will need to be stitched up anyway. And that will be under general anaesthetic. So when I came out of surgery, basically I had torn, or I'd broke 2 of my tendons that went up to these fingers here, nerve damage, all stuff like that. And it was just like, oh my goodness, I'm lucky to have my fingers. And I'm lucky to have full use of my hand. Like this here, this side here, it's like, you know, when you lean on a nerve for too long and your hand goes a bit numb and then you feel it and it's a bit tingly. That is what that is like there. But the tips of my fingers are all normal. I'm just so lucky. And especially where I cut my wrist, they did say that if I was any further towards the middle, it would have cut the main artery in my wrist. So I was very, very lucky that day. Very lucky to not lose my fingers or my hand, to be fair, or even just lose so much blood. Just, yeah. And the recovery was tough because I was back at school and I had to be careful. And I remember one day it was pouring with rain and we was at school and someone accidentally hit me with their umbrella. I can't really remember what happened, but I know it was an umbrella. I know they hit me in the wrist and it started to bleed. And And it was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? It was horrendous. Wasn't very nice. It is. I was just so lucky. Like, it's not squeamish or anything now, because obviously it's been years and years later. And I wear my watch on this hand. You can't see, so probably. Let me turn that up. You might be able to see. Can you see the scar? And it goes right round to here. You can't see it very well. But then I've got all scars on my hand, down here. It was mainly like all this part here. You can see where it's a bit of a funny shape and whatnot. But yeah, it was an experience. But now, like, I can touch this. I can't touch it for too long. I can't fiddle with it. Like, this side I can touch, and I can like rub my wrist and everything. Like, it doesn't bother me. But this side, I think, because I know that things are tied together in there and it's not how it's supposed to be, and I can feel the knots. Honestly, I can feel the knots of where they've had to put things back together. It's yeah, I can't really touch it for that long. But I can have, like, I wear my watch on this wrist, and I don't have any problems with it, to be fair. In the cold weather, sometimes I get a bit of an ache in my wrist and my hand, or my fingers, but nothing too bad. And honestly, if I didn't have the scars on the outside, you would never ever, like, even now, I would never believe that I had that accident, because I just use it like normal. Yeah, it's so strange. I know. Can you imagine if I couldn't knit? I would have found a way. I would have put the needle up into my armpit or something and knit continental. Yeah, continental. Or something. I would have found a way of knitting. My 15th birthday, that happened. What happened? My friend was giving me birthday beats, and she hit me really hard. And it was at my nan's house, and her house had a really long corridor with all the rooms coming off of it. So you walked in the front door, and the hallway just went down, and you had the bathroom, my uncle's bedroom, you had the kitchen, the dining room, and right at the end was my nan and granddad's bedroom and the living room. And we was in the front room. She was giving me birthday beats really, really hard, and I went to chase after her, and she ran into the bathroom, and as she shut the door, I pushed the door on the glass and went through it. And all my family was there, because my nan had put like a little family gathering thing on for my birthday. So yeah, it wasn't the best. And all of my mum and dad say they can remember is that, and my sister, to be honest, my sister. Now, bearing in mind, she would have been 9 or 5.5. She might have been about, 5.5. I was very accident prone. I'm still very accident prone. And I've broken a few glass things in my time. And when it happened, the glass broke, the glass smashed. The whole house went silent. And I remember pulling my hands back, looking and screaming, because there was just blood and it was squirting. And I remember my aunt must have been the closest one to me. come running up to me and she was like, "Get me a tea towel." So someone had grabbed a tea towel from the kitchen. Now, bearing in mind, we was there, we all had dinner at my nan's, and dessert and all stuff like that. And at the time, you don't think, but afterwards, it was like it was the dirtiest tea towel in the kitchen because it was just on the side. It had been used to do dishes, probably white pans, I don't know. And she had wrapped this tea towel around my wrist because she had seen my wrist, not my fingers. My fingers were all cut up as well. And we jumped in my dad's cab. My dad was a black cab driver. He went down one-way streets the wrong way to the hospital. Lucky enough, my nan lived in Whitechapel, and literally it was about 2 roads away from the London hospital. And so, yeah, we went to A&E, and then I remember going in and they looked at me and they was like, "Right, come straight in. There's no room in majors. Come into minors. We'll sort you out." I remember sitting in the chair with my hand up like this, still wrapped in whatever it was wrapped in. I can't remember. It was a tea towel and whatever else they'd managed to find. And my dad was standing next to me. My mum was in a chair with her head between her legs because she felt like she was going to faint. And I hadn't cried. I didn't get upset. I was okay until the moment I looked up at my dad and he was bawling his eyes out. And that was it. The whole night I spent crying, the whole night. Not because I was in pain. It was just a shock, I think. I think it was shock. I wasn't in any pain. Obviously, adrenaline's still running. Everything is still going on. And it was just, it was the weirdest experience. I remember being bandaged up really, really well. Had to have my ring cut off. And I've actually got the ring that they cut off of my finger with the blood still in it in my jewelry box. And it's the same ring. It's my is it initial ring? Is that identity ring or whatever it's called? It's got my initials on it. And they had to cut it off, open it up and get it off. And they bandaged me up really well. And then I went for x-ray and they had to unbandage me. And then I had the x-ray and I was so scared to look, but I took the tiniest little peek. And that was it. I was like, right, I'm getting out of this room and I am just going to cry because it was just building up and building up and building up. I walked out of the x-ray room and everyone was standing there. My aunt, my mum, my dad, my nan, my granddad, everyone was standing there. And I was like, I can't cry right now. There's too many people. And I remember getting back to minors because I was there until really, really late in the night because they were trying to find me a bed up in one of the wards. And I ended up in an adult ward. I don't know whether that would have been right or not. I'm not sure. But I remember I was in an adult ward and had my surgery the next day. And yeah. Now, I don't think there was any safety glass. It was, and plus, like, my nan had lived there for years. The actual glass in that door was probably there until since they built the block of flats or whatever. So it was really flimsy as well. It was like single glaze thin glass, and it was ready to break. If you'd slammed the door a bit too hard, it would have probably broke. And I just, because I'm the oldest grandchild to my mum's side, and I just said that I'm glad it was me and none of the little ones. Like, my sister was 5.5, and my other cousins were, yeah, I think he would have been about 7. So I'm glad it was me in a way, if you know what I mean, like, and not one of them that maybe had got glass in their face if they'd slammed the door, or anyway, yeah, just, yeah. So yeah, I think it was quite deep. And I suppose, like, especially on your wrists, it's not got far to go to actually cut something, has it? Because you can sit there and you can feel the inner goings on, like all of your tendons and veins and everything in your wrist. So um it was one of those things that I I feel like I've blocked out some of it, especially the recovery. I think I blocked out a lot, because, like I said, I weren't in any pain, but it was hard. Like, when I had the cast on, I didn't really know what was going on underneath. I didn't really know what I had done, and the cast literally come past my fingers, so I couldn't even get to my fingers or anything. Um, so yeah, it was just, and I remember, like, every time my birthday came round when my granddad was alive, I used to say, "Oh, it's been so and so years since I had my accident," and he would always say, "Oh, let me see your wrist," because he wanted to make sure I was okay. And I remember going round my nan and granddad's afterwards, and they had put wood in the hole. They didn't put glass back in it. They'd put wood in the hole and painted the door. Because my nan used to have, like, a nice curtain. It was the glass that was, it's like bathroom glass, so you couldn't see through it even without a curtain on the other side. But she had, like, a nice net curtain on it, and so but yeah, they put wood in the hole. My granddad and my uncle did that. They was like, "This is not happening to anyone else. Let's just put some wood." Oh, really? That's mad. Yeah, I think a lot of places were built very similar, probably back when they were built. They were very old. They were a Corporation of London building. Um, so yeah, very old. Yeah, I think they did, but I never. I remember going. I was at Stratford, the shopping centre once. I was in my splint, shopping with my mum, and one of these no win no fee people come up to me and went, "See, you've had an accident. Do you want to claim?" And I went, "No, not really, because it was at my nan and granddad's house. So no, I don't want to sue them." Um, so yeah, that I was like, "No, that is not something that I want to do. Thank you." And that was even before my mum butted in and told them to sod off. Yeah, so my nan's flat was 3 bedrooms, but they, because 2 of my uncles lived there, and then one moved out, and they converted one of the bedrooms into a dining room. Because my nan had 6 kids, and then obviously there was lots of grandchildren and that. So she used to have a big, massive table in this bedroom, and I think it used to sit like 12 or 14 people. Like, she used to have all the chairs and everything. And then I remember it was a table that also you could pull apart and then put a bit in the middle as well. But I think they used to always have it big, because my granddad used to like doing jigsaw puzzles, and used to love going around there and then him having a jigsaw puzzle out. And I always used to say, "Oh, can I help you, granddad?" And he used to get big, massive puzzles, and he used to do it up one end of the table so they could still have their dinner at the other end. they had a kitchen table. They had a table in their kitchen, like a small one. So if it was just them, or if it was, sometimes we would go round after school and my nan would do it, me and my sister dinner, and we'd sit up the kitchen table. Exactly. Yeah. It's one of them things you don't even think about it. And like even now, my nan, well, yeah, at the same time, my other nan, my dad's mum, had a living room door with, you know, all the squares in it, and then like the glass would have circles in. Her living room door was all of that. And whenever we went round there, she would make sure the door was open and that there was something that was holding the door open so it wouldn't close. When, not just when I was around there, but when any of the kids were around there, because she didn't want anyone touching the door. But yeah, it's just one of them things. And I never ever blamed anyone for it, and even the friend that was giving me birthday beats, I never blamed her for it. It's just one of them things. Like, it's happened. I've recovered, and I met Ian in the April. He's coming in. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
What's up? Oh, you're giving me something. Thank you. It's giving me a
What are
drink.
you talking about April?
Back when we met.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So this happened in the September, and then the April afterwards, I had met Ian, and I was pretty much fully back to normal. I still had sensory issues, like in the in my fingers and that's got better over time, but it's still pretty much the same, and it's not too bad. But I was out of my splint by the time I met Ian, and so not even a year later, I was fully back to normal, basically. And I want to say that that's because of the physio that I had, and like my mum and dad made sure I did my physio every day, and it was just the whole thing was just using my hand like I would normally, because obviously being in a splint, and I had to be in that in a cast. I had to be in the cast. I can't remember how many weeks it was now. It was quite a while, and then being in the splint, and I could only take the splint off for an hour a day to begin with, and then it went up to 2 hours, and then I think it was like 4 hours, and then 6 hours, and then it was like just sleep in it for however many weeks, and then so everything just goes stiff, and you have to learn how to use your fingers again, how to use your wrist again, and all stuff like that. And it was just making sure you used it as normal as much as you possibly could. But yeah, like, it's mad. It is mad to think that if you didn't know that and you didn't see my scars, which you can't really because I wear my watch and the strap is quite wide, you would never even know. You'd never even know that happened. And yeah, it's just, yeah, exactly. But I am I know it sounds really strange. I'm glad that it happened because it's an experience and that I fully recovered. I think if I didn't fully recover, it would have been a different story. Obviously. and I recovered quite quickly. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased. Okay, someone has entered, but I don't know if they are part of the chat or not. Not sure. I don't know. They had no picture, no name, no nothing. That was weird. Do you know what? I couldn't thank them enough, and for the aftercare that I got, being in the hospital for 5 days afterwards. Like, they could have just said, oh, she's got a bit of sickness, just send her home. They actually kept me in there until I could eat a meal and keep it down. And I remember being in the hospital, and straight after my operation, I was laying in the bed and I was hooked up to it was a what do you call it? A sling. That's it, a sling, but it was a padded sling, like a big blue padded one, and it went right round my arm like that. And I had to sleep with my arm up, and it was hooked up to one of the the drip stands, and it was hooked up to that, and it was like I had to sleep just with my arm up the whole time. During the day, I was allowed to have it down off of that for a little while, but I had to have it across my arm or across my body to make sure that my wrist was higher than my heart and all stuff like that. But to sleep, oh, that was so uncomfortable. Yeah, I know. Oh, there's a fly. Yeah, they would chuck you out straight away, wouldn't they? See you tomorrow, Tonya. Thank you for joining. Well, even private, when I had my gallbladder out, the same day, I must admit they were really good because, like I've said before, I didn't feel great when I come round, and the woman just kept saying, "There's no rush. There's no rush. Just take your time." And I just kept falling asleep. And she was like, "Just sleep it off," because I just every time she came in, she goes, "How do you feel?" And I just shook my head. She was like, "Just sleep it off. Don't worry, just sleep it off." And I do think if I felt really, really rough still, they possibly would have kept me in. But I did feel better. And when you just want to get home, like I just want to go home. And I knew the whole reason of feeling a bit wibbly wobbly was because of the OxyContin they gave me. And she said that. She said, "You've had more painkillers than a normal person." So it is what it is. Oh, I've got to move. I thought I would have had this sleeve done. I've done too much rabbiting and looking on Ravelry and other things. And now my bum has gone numb. That's true. That is very true. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I need to move. Oh, that's it. I suppose, yeah, they don't want you to catch anything while you're in there. Yeah, I was in for 5 days. It's mad. I suppose as well, like with a lot of surgeries nowadays, there's a lot more technology and stuff. Like, so probably when I was 15, and I'm not just talking about my surgery, I'm like, say if someone had to have their gallbladder out, they probably had to cut you open, and instead of doing keyhole, it would have been a totally different surgery. So they probably would have had to keep you in just for a few days or even a day or whatever, and to make sure that you was okay. But I think I honestly think if I was okay the next day and not being sick, I would have probably been sent home, but they wanted to make sure I could keep food down before I went home. So, yeah. Even though I honestly do sometimes think that they didn't even remove my gallbladder because I do get pain. I do get pain still, and in exactly the same place, and overnight. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I'll go to move and I'll tense, you know, like when you tense your muscles, you're like, oh, that really hurts. I don't think I could stay in hospital for a week now. Like, yeah, bring me my knitting and my crafting, but I think I'd get bored. I would seriously get bored, I think. So how many have I got now? I've got 10. I need another 10. I'm not sure. I think I might actually speak to the doctor, to be perfectly honest, because when I was getting it, like, say 6 months after my operation, I was like, well, I'm probably still healing. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that need to heal, and your body could take a little bit longer. I'm a bit older now and all that, but it's not that something don't feel right, because I'm okay most of the time. It's a case of, why is it still painful? I'm not worried about it. See, I was okay because I came home, didn't I? And I was vlogging. I did Vlogmas. And it is like, is it, they say the 4-day after surgery, you feel really good, and then you just have a day where you're like back down again. Can't remember now. But I did sort of really perk up, and then I hit like, oh my God, I'm really ill again, for a day or so. It didn't help that I had to go back in for them to check my wounds, because they didn't look very nice, but they were okay. They were okay. And I look now and I'm like, it's like I've not even had anything done. It's mad. And because of my wrist, where that was an accident and it was torn open, not just nicely cut, everything that I have, I refer to that, like, oh, my scar's going to look like that. But they don't, because they are cut with a very sharp scalpel and stuff, not a bit of rough glass. But yeah, that's my little 15th birthday story. It was very eventful. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Can't remember if it was before or after that I had to have a cyst out of my forehead. I ended up with a cyst just above my eyebrow, and I had to have that removed. And they put local anesthetic. Oh, anaesthetic in, and they cut it out and whatever, stitched me back up. And I went home and I was like, oh, this is all right. This is not bad, until the anaesthetic wore off. That was horrible. That felt horrible. I remember my mum sitting there with an ice pack on my head to try and to numb it a bit. Must have been before. Definitely weren't after my surgery. It was before I had my wrist accident. Surgeries are not nice. They are not. But I might actually contact the doctor about my pain. Because also I get a lot of bloating and a lot of discomfort. And I was talking to Casey, and she said that my sister has to be on gastro tablets, a bit like omeprazole, or there's one begin with L, isn't there? And she has to take them every day because now she hasn't got a gallbladder. The bile makes her really uncomfortable, gives her really bad wind and stuff. So it might even be that. I don't know. Can anyone help Laurie with a crochet pattern? In fingering. Have you looked on Ravelry and done the what's it called? Filters. Have you filtered for fingering weight yarn? Also, I find I was actually on Pinterest the other day looking for a hat pattern that I'm going to cast on tomorrow. But Pinterest is a good one sometimes to look for patterns. And if you just put in like crochet 4-ply jumper or sweater or whatever. I think I'm going to have to finish this cuff tomorrow before I start casting stuff on. So we'll get up in the morning, go to Lemon World. I've been asked to do pay tomorrow. The lady that normally does it is not well. So, and our consultant isn't there either. She's on holiday, so she's being covered by someone else. So I said I would do pay, and not that we have to get there much earlier because we get there when it starts anyway, but then we'll go to the cafe, and then as usual, and then I will come back, do any housework that I need to do before I cast on. Yeah, Ravelry is a really good one. Pinterest. And if you toggle the filters to crochet and 4-ply, I'm sure there's just a raglan jumper pattern. I can't remember who by. I'm going to get my 10 rows in to bring me, oh, Etsy as well, yeah. To bring me to my 120 rounds, and then I am going to come off. So I've still got a few to go, but I'm getting a bit tired. I've been going to sleep at stupid o'clock, where Ian's been on nights. I don't go to bed till really late, but then I still get up at the same time. Ah, so there's a crochet version of the sea glass tee. So you hold 2 yarns and it's 1 stitch of each. I didn't know that. I know there was a DK one. I didn't know there was a crochet one. Ian's bought me a drink in. I've still got this one. Might put that back in the fridge. I don't think I have crocheted a few jumpers before, but they've been at the Simply Crochet magazines, so it's not even something that I can say, oh, the pattern's called this, because I always find that in the magazines they give them a different name to like what you would find on Ravelry or stuff like that. So it's hard, really. Oh no. How many rows did you do in between decreasing? Are you doing a long sleeve? Oh no, you was going to knit until you run out of yarn, wasn't you? You was going to, even if it was 3/4. I suppose you've got to think, because it's a tee anyway, it's designed, so this is Notting Hill tee that we're talking about. Because it's a tee anyway, the sleeves will probably be tighter than a jumper. Would that be right? So on this, for instance, on this, I needed to have 90 something stitches. How many stitches did you need? When you picked up, how many stitches did you have, Sarah? Can you remember? Yeah, I needed to have 92 for this. That was a large that I'm making. It's a size large, but they don't really go up much in stitch count. Oh, you'll have enough for long sleeves. That's good. I always worry about how big the sleeve's going to be, but because I'm doing bishop sleeves on this, I'm not that worried. Like, and I'm doing the rapid decrease at the bottom. I did do my own decrease. I knitted 3 and then knit 2 together all the way round, but it didn't decrease it enough. So I did have to rip out that decrease, and I just did it as the pattern said, because I was like, surely my wrist is not going to fit through that, or my hand's not going to fit through that. But then it does, because it stretches out. So yeah, and that was knit 2 together 14 times, knit 1, knit 2 together 17 times. Yes, it was snug on my other one. So just bear that in mind, because obviously your arm from here to like your elbow really is not really that, well, mine isn't anyway, much different in size. Because you do normally get the decreases sort of like you have to do so many, didn't you? And then you start doing the decreases and then you stop and then knit it straight. Oh, I've got the knot. I've probably got the Notting Hill on here. So let's have a look. Oh, I've got my new iPad and it's touch screen. Not touch. It's there's no button on it, and I keep going to press the button. Notting Hill. I knit size 5 of the pattern, just so divide using a cable cast on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I would have had 106 stitches. No, ignore me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 54 stitches for the size that I did. I would have had 54 stitches, so that's quite snug compared to the Whitmore. Bearing in mind on this, I had 92 stitches, and that would have caught that Notting Hill was 50. What did I say? 54. So like near enough half. Or let us know in the group what one you pick. If you don't pick one tonight. That's mad, isn't it? All right, you have to pick up underneath, but I had to pick up 6 on the underneath of this as well. Yeah, so that would be snug. Bearing in mind, on this, I haven't, it's bishop sleeve, haven't decreased at all. It's not that bad. I'll put my arm in the sleeve in a sec. Get to the end of this. You picked up 14. How many did it say to pick up? Yeah, see, I would have only picked up 6. Yeah. So if you was knitting the size below, you would have picked up 7. So you've done double pickups. So this, I'm not going to put it all on, but this is the sleeve. Oh, let's turn around a bit more. I think I'm pulling it up a bit too much. And what am I doing here? Let's just put it on my head. Yeah, so like that's 100 and no, what did I say? 92? Did I say 92? But I haven't knit mine as long. Oh, you cast on extra while splitting. Yeah. I don't know whether... Oh, no, that... I feel like my sleeve isn't long enough now, but it's probably because I haven't got it on properly. Yeah, I haven't got it on properly, but never mind. I've done it... I did it an inch shorter than what the pattern asked for, because in the pattern, it's really ballooned at the bottom, and I didn't want it too ballooned at the bottom. I just wanted it a little bit ballooned. Oh, why is my watch done that? Oh, because I took it off, didn't I? It's locked. I'm now one, two, got 6 more rounds to do, and then I've got to do the decreases. I'm not going to do. I'm going to do it all tomorrow, I think. When you said you picked up extra, I thought you meant you had the same gap, and then just picked up extra. If that makes sense. But yeah, I didn't think of casting on extra. But even my first one is tight on the sleeves. So yeah, you probably did the right thing there, to be honest. Why didn't you tell me this before? I am not ripping it back. That is not happening. I can't wait to get this off the needle because I love the Whitmore. I am thinking of doing a Whitmore cardigan. I'm thinking maybe a Whitmore cardigan, but making the body long, so it's a long line cardigan, and possibly doing some increases down the side, so that, well, depending on how much it closes on me, to then do some increases down the bottom so it still closes across my belly. Does that make sense? Yeah. I wouldn't mind one in what yarn was it? Was it Stylecraft? And it's like a whitey grey yarn with like black going through it. I can't remember what brand it would have been. That would be nice, I think. So it's a bit mottly. Maybe we can start one together, Sarah. Maybe not tomorrow. I probably have got yarn because I've got a box up there and it's full of all my DK. And I have got a couple of sweater quantities of DK. Probably not in the colour that I would want a Whitmore cardigan in, though. It might be Stylecraft Life. Let me have a look. I think I might have seen it on Deramores many moons ago. Let me see if I can get a picture. Oh, Wool Warehouse has changed their website a little bit. Oh, that's chunky. Huh. It's not that, but it's very similar. I'll show you a picture. The pictures are not brilliant. Like that. I'm not sure it is that, though. I've had one before and it's got like black strands going right all the way through it. What other yarns have they got? Let's have a look. It might be a new fashion, you know. A new fashion yarn. That's ringing a bell for some reason. Hayfield Bonus Aran. No. I'm sure I had it in DK. So, no. No. Yeah, I can't. Sure it was new fashion. Hayfield Bonus DK. Ah, I found it. Again, not a very good picture. Looks terrible. Like that. Shall I see if I can get a better picture? So it's called Storm Cloud. Sirdar. What did I call it? Hayfield. Oh, there we go. That's a better picture. Like this. Oh, is it? Yeah. Did I say Hayfield? New fashion. They're the same thing. New fashion. I'm not sure. I think they're similar, aren't they? But yeah, that's what that would look really nice, you know. Oh, I had one when Woolworths used to sell yarn. Where I used to work, there was a Big W, which was a huge Woolworths, and they sold yarn in there. And I remember getting it in there. It's long gone now. I think I probably made a baby garment with it, to be honest, because that's all I made back then, was baby garments. And I wouldn't knit anything like this in really expensive yarn, or I wouldn't knit what I'm trying to say, like I wouldn't knit it in hand dyed DK or whatever, but I wouldn't buy really expensive yarn to actually, I've got DK yarn in the cupboard, undyed yarn. It's the last of my undyed yarn. I've only got DK left. Oh, don't get me tempted. If I still need 40 by the end of the year, we'll see. But then I would just dye it up in grey, because I want a grey one. I could. See a really nice cardigan in Costco today, but it was really soft. It was £15, but it was too short. It was like not waist, but like hip. It was hip, you know, like, but I want, if I'm going to wear a cardigan, I want it to be lower. Grey with pink specks. I wouldn't mind it being like variegated either, like between grey and pinks and stuff. I probably need, I don't know, I need to weigh this really. I can't remember how many balls I've used. If it's 3 or 4, 4 or 5. Not sure. I've just gone into the last one. That would be nice though, wouldn't it? Maybe for the next cast on day. Oh, sorry, excuse me, itchy eyeball. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Mandy, would you want to knit a Whitmore cardigan? I don't know if it's your sort of thing. We could have a mini make along, casting on the Whitmores. There was another top that I looked at the other day, wasn't there, that was similar to the Notting Hill. Oh, the one out of the magazine. I got one out of a magazine, and it's got the same type of yoke to the Notting Hill, and again, that's bunching. That's bunching up weirdly. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was your sort of pattern or not. I couldn't remember. I think like the difference between this and the Love Note. The Love Note is more of a top that you would wear on its own. where with this, because it is more jumpery, does that make sense? It's more jumpery. You'd wear something underneath it so the lace wouldn't show through too much. And in the winter, I do wear quite a lot of long sleeve t-shirts, to be fair, like when it's really cold. I could tell the temperature dropped last night because when Ian got in from work, he was like a block of ice. He was frozen. Even getting up in the morning, it's a little bit chillier. We haven't closed any of the windows yet. They're still open. Because we're so high up, just leave them open overnight. I want to do another ranunculus as well. The ranunculus I knit is, again, too small, weird. Where it's quite small, it's a weird yoke, and I feel quite restricted in it. Where this I don't feel restricted. It's nice because it's like, look at the underarm. There's lots of room in it. But the ranunculus that I've knit, and I made it long sleeved. I do want to do another one and make it into a nice tee, I think, instead of long sleeved. And to be fair, I wouldn't mind making one like, now we all know that the girl in the picture could have at least smiled. And she doesn't look very happy, but I would like to make a really, really lacy open one that I could wear a vest top underneath. I think that would look really nice. Yeah, I wouldn't try doing it again tonight, Sarah. You can just add it to your cast on list because you're picking up stitches, so technically you're casting on a sleeve. Yeah, it's getting late now, isn't it? I'm not going to do my decreases or my rib tonight. That is going to be done tomorrow because I want this off the needle and the ends woven in before 1 o'clock tomorrow. Or before, probably 12 o'clock really. I don't know whether that will happen by the time we get back from the calf. Don't know. If it's only the rib, it's not going to take too long. I just want it ticked off. Do you know what I mean? I just want it ticked off the list before I cast on because my mind will feel a bit clearer. It probably won't be, but we'll see. I think I've got 2 rounds to go. Oh no, I'm dropping my needle. Oh God. It's mad how different patterns can have such different stitch counts. Like for the arm, why would it be different? Like dramatically different? That don't make sense. I'm getting tired now. How many more have I got to go? One and a half rounds. And then it was wishful thinking bringing that sock in here, wasn't it? Never mind. But everyone's getting tired now. We had for dinner tonight something very normal but weird, if that makes sense. We had mushrooms with bacon and cheese on top with garlic as well, and scrambled egg. Very strange, but it was very yummy. I did put bacon in the scrambled egg. Like I fried off the bacon till it went really crispy, and then I put the egg in the same pan and then just fried off the egg until it was, well, I scrambled the egg in the frying pan basically. It was really nice. So if anyone wants to join me next week, feel free to come and join me on screen, chat, talk about all the new cast-ons that you've done and stuff. That would be great. It was a lot of fun when we had Mandy and Sarah come on. I think both of them really didn't know what they were putting themselves in for. But it was good. I'm also toying with the idea of so I've got Ko-fi memberships. I'm toying with the idea of doing YouTube memberships, but not to do videos that only members will see and stuff. It's for the people that don't go onto Ko-fi and they still want to join like the monthly Zoom and stuff like that. And then there might even be like a members live. And I'm going to start it as cheaply as I can, in line with what's going on over Ko-fi and stuff. Because I know a lot of people, I've had a few people message to say that they would like to become a member, but they don't know anything about Ko-fi. So I don't want people missing out on stuff that they feel like they might want to join. I'll have to look into it a bit more, because I know with certain memberships, especially on Patreon, they get you to upload, and if you don't upload, you get I don't think it's penalized, but like, I don't know. I don't really know how it works, to be honest. I'll have to look into it a little bit more and see if it's something that I want to do. And it's just for the people that don't know anything about Ko-fi and don't feel like Ko-fi, they want to they don't want to become a member over on Ko-fi. But we could have like more members lives and stuff. I don't know. It's just an idea. Right, I think I am at the end of my 120 rounds, And I have got majority of those done today. Did a little bit of micro stitch this morning for my temperature crafting. I'm just going to double check. See if I got the right amount of rounds. Yes, I have. I have got. Doesn't look very long, does it? But I think because the yoke is quite deep. It's quite a. I think it's quite a deep yoke. Like that. It's not literally under my armpit, so. And I have tried it on, and the other sleeve was fine. So now I just need to decrease, do the cloth. So hopefully you'll see that tomorrow for the people that I will see. That makes sense. Probably not. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go, ladies. And if there's any gentlemen here, I'm not sure. You've kept yourself quiet. Thank you so much for joining me. I do really enjoy this. So if you do feel like you want to come on and join me and chat in the... it's easier to craft whilst on video. I do find it easier instead of having to stop and type every now and again. So, but yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. The vlog will go up on Monday, and the I don't know when I'm going to do I'm going to do a separate video for tomorrow. It's like a cast on day vlog. I'm not sure when I'm going to put that up yet. Depending on how long it is, I might put it in at the end of the podcast. We'll see. I might even put it up on Tuesday. I don't know. We will see. But you're very welcome, Sarah. Thank you to everyone that has joined, and I shall see you all very soon. Bye, everyone.